Hey everyone, this is your girl SolieSims and welcome back to another speed build video on my channel. Well, not so much so a build, more of a finish. This one I had not planned on recording or sharing, but it was such a different style of house than what I'm normally used to doing, and I felt that it looked different. It looked nice, it looked fun, and I decided to just share it with you guys. So the build is already up. The windows, doors, layout, everything is already done. Landscaping is done, although it's not too much, etc. But I really wanted to share this with you guys. Excuse me, it's really early in the morning, so I may sound a little bit quiet, I may sound a little bit raspy. I apologize for that, but it's the only time of day that it's not overbearingly hot. The fan, whilst it's on, it might be just a little bit more quiet, and there's no insect noises in the background because it's not night. I don't normally show when I'm finishing the bathroom spaces, but here we are with the bathroom space, and only because, like I said, this ended up being an impromptu video that I was doing, and I wanted to share what I did with this space. The sim that I envision living here is very down to earth, very in tune with herself, lives a little bit of a minimalistic nature, and I think it carries out throughout the design of the house as well. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Oasis Springs. I can't remember the name of the lot, but I believe it's a 20 by 15 lot, and it overlooks the area with the dinosaur. So the lighting here is so perfect. The morning light is beautiful, the afternoon lighting is chef's kiss, and evening is okay-ish. It's not like it's good. It's not horrible, but it's not the absolute best either, but it's good. So the space, like I said, it's a multi-storied house. The reason for this is that there is the downstairs, there's the upstairs area with the bedrooms, but I also went up another level, not so much so with walls, etc., but I extended the living spaces to up on the rooftop, so I feel like it just adds a little bit more dimension to the house on the whole. The outdoor living space that I created, well, when we started the video, there's a door there that enters into the kitchen, so you have two entry points in this space. The sim who lives here entertains a lot, I quite imagine, which is why there's so many extended living spaces. There's lots of greenery as well in that of plants, etc. There is a little bit of a garden, like a very tiny spot with only like 3 planters, but we didn't get a chance to plant anything in there as well. And while the living room space is a little small, as you can see, the kitchen and dining area is more open-ended, and it flows a little bit better, and it's just a little bit wider because, of course, entertainment purposes. There's that as well. The only type of electronic you will find in this house is a record player, and it's a very tiny one. It is set off to the side. There's no television in here, and I feel like my sim is not that they're technophobes, it's just that they like the minimalistic style. They don't want to be bogged down watching television, etc., when they might as well be out living life, basically. So that's what I did with the spaces. I further added some more seating area in the living room with it's supposed to be a window seat, but I just put it in as a bench next to where the railing is. And the other thing is that you will see me going back and forth a bit through night and day cycles. That is because there's a certain ambience I want to create when the light is off, on rather, I should say, at night. and I wanted to carry through the house. Like, I don't want it to be overly bright, but I don't want it to be completely dull and dark either. So I went in and I changed the settings on some of the light fixtures and the candles, etc., just to bring in the type of ambience that I wanted to have. I also added ceiling fans because I imagine this space is very warm, very hot rather, during the day. So there are ceiling fans in both bedrooms and the living room area. So now we're into the kitchen space. Now I added those big windows because I felt that it brought in lots of natural light, but it also created a very good vantage point for, viewing, etc. I'm not too worried about privacy issues because the next door to it was empty for one thing, and the view that it looks out on is, it's over a river, I guess you could say. It's over on the other side. But I do put in like large curtains, which I imagine can just be drawn across to close it off, just close off the space. I did put in this shelf there above the sink, and in my mind I was thinking I'm going to put lots of little plants and maybe some seasoning like spices and just little things, but I decided to change my mind. I changed my mind and I took it out. I felt that I don't think that they would have lots of little clutter like that. Like I said, they're going for a minimalistic type of lifestyle, so they wouldn't want too much going on there. I imagine too that they might be very heavy tea drinkers or maybe even coffee drinkers because there are two Sims living here. I don't normally put in coffee makers in my builds. I normally do with microwaves instead. I was gonna say microphones. I do microwaves usually, but this time around, I went with the coffee pot, and eventually I do add in something for tea as well. I don't fully finish the kitchen, the dining area rather, I should say, on camera, but you will see at the end in the tour at the end of the video where everything is pulled in together. The space is very inviting. It's warm and inviting. It's really lovely space overall, and I'm not just saying that because I did it. I really like the space. And everything in this house is very muted, very earthy tones, and it speaks to me. It calms me down, and I love this space. This is a place rather, I should say, that I can see myself living in, because of all the, just the calm vibes going on in there. And I'm a big lover of green, and there's lots of green throughout the whole house. For the two bedrooms, I went very muted with them. The colors are very quiet and calming. It's lots of greens, like I said. In this room, I opted out of putting in a regular bedside table, and I used two stools instead. And I wanted to bring in some plant life in here, but the space like is limited. So I decided to go with this hanging shelf with the plants in there, and I feel that it matched in nicely and it blended in together. The only other pieces of furniture that I added in there, apart from what you're seeing on now, would be the chest of drawers and a mirror. And I threw in rug in the end, and that's it. That's it for this room. There's no personal effects lying around really, and there's no wall art in there as well. But I felt that that was a nice, quiet, calming space. It can either be used as a guest bedroom or a bedroom for one of the Sims, maybe one of those that are a little bit more calming and quiet, etc. Oh, I wanted to mention the walkway between the hallway leads out into, of course, the two bedrooms, as well as the outdoor area leading up on the ladder to the upper area. But my favorite space in that area here, apart from the bedrooms, is the hallway of the steps leading up. I love the fact that it has a glass top ceiling, and I imagine that at night it feels like being in an observatory where you can see up into the sky and see all the stars, etc. And then during the day it just has this nice bright glow to the space. I really like it. This bedroom that we're currently in, I went with, I did a little bit more in there, and maybe, I don't know, if this is a single sim living here, I imagine that this would be their bedroom, and if it's not, then I don't know, this one is just a little, has a little bit more personal stuff going on. I did put up 3 wall art above the bed. Apart from the greenery and the wall sconces, etc. I love those wall sconces. I think they're very, very pretty. We just added in a very large mirror, or a wardrobe this time around, not a chest of drawers, and a chair for sitting in. And again, the space, that is it, the space is complete. I did carry over some curtains, green as well, into this space. I don't know why I tended to go with the green. I was thinking to add a little bit of color, but it just didn't suit, especially as I started with like the muted colors, etc. I felt that this was a better space for me. And just added a little bit more greenery, etc. Greenery, wall decorations. And in the hallway, kept it fairly simple. I did some baskets on the wall, and I put in a rug, the same rug from downstairs, the outside downstairs, and a plant. And that was it. I didn't even put up a curtain, just left it bare. Yeah, and that was it. So for this first outdoor sitting area, again upstairs, I I felt that our sim or sims would like to, view the skies, just watch what's happening, observe, and enjoy the night air. So I did put in a telescope so that they can watch the stars and whatever else. And I also imagine them sitting out here with maybe a blanket. I know it's not realistic, doesn't really happen. You don't see the Sims doing this, but in my mind, that's what I saw. I also added a candle for additional lighting, just a little bit of ambience. You don't want anything too bright to take away from the effect, and just more seating, just carrying it over. On the upper decks, I wanted to bring in more plant life, more greenery, to make it seem like it is like this getaway oasis type thing. So I added in some plants, some rocks as well. I moved the sunbathing towel down to the lower deck. I imagine with the beautiful sunlight, it would be perfect to occasionally get out there and just take in some sun, etc. And I did add in a water feature, and eventually I added in a meditation table as well. Not table, a meditation stool. So your sim can do yoga up here, or they can decide to do some quiet meditation, etc. I also added an effect where where there is fireflies up here. I know fireflies wouldn't normally be that high up, but this is the Sims. We can make it work for now. We can do that for now. And yeah, I think this is mostly it. So let me know what you think of this build, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.